All right, so I decided to pull a few things apart on this just to see if I could like maybe move the wires and get this stuff out of the way. Because they just kind of zip tied it all. It's all sort of sitting in the way. And we got this wire here. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can get that behind there. And this too. Should get it out from under this whole thing. Because if you have all this in front of this fan, you're definitely blocking airflow. But this card here gets really, really hot. Real hot. So I want to pull that out of there and take a look at it. Let's see here. I don't really think that this case is doing this thing any favors at all. I really don't, but maybe I'm just being paranoid. Yeah, there's a spot for a freaking fan on here. Look at that. That's cool. I don't think there's a fan plug on the card itself, though. Well, another thing, too, I mean, you guys know this more than I do, but I don't know what type of card this is it plugs in that little slot and it's not even using the whole thing. This is like a PCI Express, like X whatever, a different one. But why are they using this to control these two drives when there's plenty of SATAs on this board? I don't understand. I guess what this just acts as like a special controller, but why would you not just do it from the motherboard? This board needs 200 LFM airflow. So, in my opinion, it's not getting the airflow that it needs because it's hot to the touch. Let's go ahead and put this screw back in here. Yeah, it's considerably hot to the touch. To where I'm like, is this gonna burn up? Okay, now this is like a network card, and there's another card here that has SATAs on it. It's like there's all this extra stuff for SATAs. Why do we need the RAID controller card? You could just do that from the motherboard, I would think. And this motherboard looks more like a damn. It doesn't look like a server. It's strange. So, anyway, we pulled these. I'm not sure if we could just pull them out. Okay. I mean, it's a neat idea. I think these were kind of all like sort of modular, and they just forced something to fit in here that really wasn't the appropriate size. Because if I show you down in here, you'll see everything's blocked by a CD drive, and they could have just used a regular CD drive instead, or had the case slightly different so that it would clear a 90-degree SATA adapter. So, anyway, we've got two drives in here, and I have a couple of these extra cables, but the thing is, let's put this over here. If we can get all our power wires out of the way, yeah, we'll block a little bit behind the power supply, but this fan isn't able to do anything over here at all. And let me pull this just while we're at it, so you guys can see what I'm talking about the rest of this crap. Okay, there we go, dropping screws. I've already lost a couple of other screws to the case when I took the top off, and then I just kind of forgot about it. So you can see here, it blocks all these right here. They didn't need to use a drive like this. Wow, this drive's not even attached. That's funny. There's no screws. I didn't take them out. I took out those ones. Wow. There's a screw here. There's none here. It's really weird. So you see how they've got this thing laid out. This fan is responsible for cooling this entire thing. Pull those. Now this is horrible. So we could pull that out and put a regular drive in it, but I mean, still, I don't think it really addresses all the issues that's up with this thing. This is super bent and fucked with. They've like done all this crazy shit with everything. Is that seriously glue? That's strange. And these do totally look like really like homebrewy. Man, that's some wild crap there. So this entire cord right here feeds that that thing right there, which I think it's an eSATA, which I've never even owned anything that had one of those connectors. So I guess maybe the administrators might have used those for, like, you know, flashing things or something. I don't know. But I don't know. God, look at this. This is, you have this much crap here. And there's something on the end of this, like glue. But that's ridiculous. That's a lot of crap. Just got one of these connectors here, which I would guess that you don't have a choice but to use this. One of them is a really, really small power. So basically, you could probably, the SATA itself will probably plug into it, I would imagine. Just out of curiosity, let's try this. Yeah, so then that's a special power plug. But anyway, this drive is certainly an issue. It's a multi-recorder. I don't know. Looks like kind of what they used in the Dell computers. But the way they have the front of this thing, like I guess at that time this was the preferred way. But why didn't they put screws in it? I don't understand that. Maybe it didn't line up or something. They have one screw in the entire thing. I haven't found anything else floating around in the case. So we have that. I don't necessarily need a CD drive, I don't think. In fact, I don't even know if it works. But I really am leaning towards just taking this thing out and putting it in this other case. Because it just seems kind of rinky-dink. Unless this fan moves up more air than the other one, which it might. If we can get a fan on that controller board too. I don't know if we have room, but if we can get some air on that, I have a fan that'll probably fit that, I think, as long as we don't have anything else in between here, because this thing, it is really hot. I mean, it's putting out some heat. Yeah, so let me see, let's go look at the fan collection that we have. I might just have something that's like literally ready to go. Probably not ready to go without soldering some wires, but I've got a couple things over here. Yeah, that one will fit. Let's see. Trying to remember where this might be one that came out of one of my motherboards that has a problem. I think this came out of the, where's it at? Hold on. Let's see here. This one here. Hold on. Nope, it's this one here. I had problems with this one, but anyway, this fan's out of something else. So it's probably, I'm trying to think of what it would be out of, but it should be fine. We just had to figure out how to get power to it. So yeah, it should fit this. It's already tapped. I just need to find the proper screws. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and pull everything and stick it in the other case and just see if it fits. I don't have anything else better to do with it at this point. I haven't been using it, so why not, right? Alright, so these are, they definitely don't line up like they should, so they're pulling on the board, on the motherboard. So, anyway, I'm gonna start pulling these and just leave them all there. They're gonna stay in this case because they might not be the same. So, yeah, one thing they love to do in this computer, let's see, that one doesn't want to come out. Zip tie, and they like use really long cables to start with. It's just like, they do make shorter ones. And as far as I understand, this company charges a lot of money to build stuff. They could have actually sprung for the proper size. It's just a pretty tacky looking to me. I know, I'm being critical. I think maybe somebody that was working for them just did a haphazard job of putting together an order. So anyway, I don't know, but I don't feel like that fan's sufficient enough. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that good enough? I don't think it is. Let me get this thing out of here. Boy, it doesn't want to come out. So you got look at this crap. You seriously tied this in a knitting knot? Oh my god. Why? I don't know what they did. It's just cheesy. And then they did this. Which doesn't look nearly as bad, but anyway. Yes, I believe this server would be better served elsewhere. I really do. Okay. We're gonna have to pull these cards though. Okay. So this one here has just got a couple of extra SATAs on it. eSATA on the back. So if we're not going to use these, we won't really need this card in the first place. So I don't know if we are using that or not again. And then this one here is also extra really because this is just more Ethernet card. So unless it's got better capabilities than the one built in, I really don't know what the point of it would be. But set that over there. Oh look, we were blocking the screw. So we probably could have just pulled this thing out with the cards in it. So we've got a few things here. We have another screw over here, but it looks like it's into some weird spot. Alright. Look at that. There's a screw down in there, loose. Wow. It's crazy. Look at this. It's not even... I was wondering, why is this thing loose? There's no screw here. I was wondering why does this thing lift up? Well, they did some really shoddy work here. That's crazy. So there's supposed to be another screw here. But they decided not to put it in there. See, this one was loose like this. And when I was like, why is this thing moving? So yeah. There's just a bunch of stuff about this that's just kind of strange. Alright, so our tiny little fan's supposed to cool this entire thing, right? Now, depending on what, I don't know what power supply we really want to use because I don't know if this is a good one or not. Let's go ahead and pull it. Let's go ahead and pull it. This guy's on the radio cracked me up. I can't see the screw from here, but I know it's... Yeah, here we go. What's the rating on this? An 80 gold plus. It's probably a good supply to use. Although I do have maybe a little easier to mess with one. But yeah, I think this is... Well, if you got a limitation on room, this could be a good deal. But I also concerned that even though it's smaller, it might overheat. I still have no idea how this stupid fan is supposed to keep this thing from burning itself up. Look at it. It's tiny. Like, seriously? And then it sits back here with a freaking bar in front of it. Oh my god. There's like this stupid bar in front of it. Wow. Is this just like their generic case that they just slap everything into? That doesn't have enough room and doesn't have enough fan? Alright, we had to move some things around, but the biggest problem is that this board is not really identified on here. I'm looking to see if there is a legend or something for what's what. I kind of took note of them when I removed them, but they don't really... Yeah, I'll have to look up the... There's a lot of not populated things on this board, which is kind of a shame. You look at, you can see there's lots of options they didn't do all over the place. It's really pretty a cheap ass server board, but anyway. So we'll have to look that up. Oh, here we go, maybe. Nope. I'm like, there should be... sometimes they have a thing printed on the board in a weird spot. It shows you what the other one means. Anyway. Is it on the back side? Nope. Alright. So, anyway, it is what it is. So, trying to see how many fan headers we have. We got one there. I'm hoping these two are fans right here. Why is there not that many fans? It's like a server board, dude. What the hell? Well, we don't need no fans. There's a fan right there. What did he say? I can't read anything. System fan 2 and 3. System fan 1. Alright. So we can just put it right here. So get that one going to that fan. It's not going to take up that much room in here. Let's see. Do we get a cover for the back? No. Wait. Do we? Yeah, we do. We can pop that out. So, I honestly don't know if it's worth putting it in here or not, but it would definitely stay probably a little cooler. You get more room. Now, this style of power supply is a little bit different. than the other kind where the fan is like really big and up on the top. This one's got a fan right here. Of course, with the way this is designed in the first place, the fan that was in here, or excuse me, the power supply that was in here, the fan was right on the top. And I still have the other power supply. It's a 550. I'd probably just use this to use it, but anyway, it sat on that thing there. So, but anyway, the biggest, I guess, problem with this one is to mount the 3 hard drives. I think one of them can fit over here, since the fan will be different. But I just figured I'd mock it up and see what it looks like. So it kind of looks something like that, without all that hanging out. And the power supply is over here. So you get all these wires hooked up, fans hooked up. Put the drives underneath there, put the other drive over there. And should be good. I think you can fit the 2 drives in there. Might be a little tricky,